In life, there are two types of people. The one that get exactly what they want, the other doesn't know what they want or never get what they want. Which type do you fall under? The reason why some are able to achieve all that they desire while even more and much more never really amount to anything. As I always like to say, you can only be worth as much as the amount of pain and risk you take. If you despise pain and risk, then you may not get as much as those who embrace or can endure pain and risk. How to get exactly what you want? If you're not sure, then have we got a treat for you. We have brainstormed 19 tactics one can implement on how to exactly get what you want and take full advantage of all the luxuries that life has to offer. Number 1, be selfish as F. The first step to greatness begins with you. When you help others achieve their dreams, you are wasting valuable time and resource on yourself. It wasn't until I fully devoted all my time, energy, and resource into myself that I saw a change. There are just too many people in this world to please. The one person that should matter the most is you. Make your dreams for yourself. Stop focusing on and worrying about others, even if they are your own blood. They say 85% of the things you stress about never happen. When you give your attention to others, then logically you have less for yourself, which means you really don't care about yourself. It's good to help others because we humans need to support one another, but give 99% of your time and resource to yourself. You will see change and enhance yourself and your life. Number 2, learn to educate yourself. How can one know what they want if they lack the knowledge or skills? Pride yourself in education. I truly believe education is the most important thing in this universe. The mind may be the most powerful weapon in this world, but without knowledge, it may as well be a dead cat. Education opens door to a new whole world. You can never stop learning. If it weren't for education, then technology advancement, innovation, comfort, and a better tomorrow wouldn't exist. Lack of education. Do you know how catastrophic the lack of education can be? Wars, famine, death, and foolishness are the root cause by lack of education. If we compare the wealthiest nations to the poor, do you see how education plays a critical role, if not the only role? Education means wiser people, government, and an intelligent young generation. One of the ways for you to know what you want is to study, research, and learn about it. Maybe owning a Lambo will make you happy, maybe it won't. Maybe having a gorgeous partner will make everything right, maybe it won't. With education, you will know the answer. If you want the finer things or even the best things in life, then educate thyself. Number 3, work like a slave. If you want a bike, then isn't going to take much effort. Now, if you want an empire, then it's going to take every ounce of willpower and life from you. The greater the want, the greater the effort. If we look at the most influential figures in the top 1% of the world, do you notice a common trait? They all work like mad slaves. Movie stars, athletes, entertainers, CEOs, and the likes put in a ridiculous amount of time. That is why they are ahead of their competition. The best and the greatest things in life require time. Men who get what they want don't think or talk about it. They get up and execute because they know that actions speak while words wither away to nothingness. The most beautiful flowers require precious time, water, sunlight, and care. How much care and beauty does your desires need? Well, that is for you to decide. As long as you're willing to put in the time and effort for it, then what is stopping you? It is only natural for one to achieve their desires as long as you put in the time and never stop working towards it. Number 4, take huge risks. Your wants are directly proportionate to the risk that is required. Therefore, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. But don't get too cocky. The fall can be just as high as the risk itself. Life itself is a risk. If you don't try new things, then you will never learn. If we humans never took risks, then America wouldn't be here, as well as billions of other things. Risk involves failure, which is viewed as a innocent thing. If it wasn't bad, then humans don't want anything to do with it. Men strive for comfort and the path of least resistance and pain. Therefore, risk is not for the weak of hearts. Yet, one will never attain his desires without such traits. There are small risks and huge risks. Work your way up so you can experience the levels of difficulty. Don't be a fool and throw all your efforts or earnings if you've never risked anything. Number 5, love what you do. If we compare two men both working towards the same dream, let's say that dream is to own a mansion. They both have the same job. One of them absolutely loves what he does while the other hates it with a passion. Now, between these two men, which do you think will achieve his wants faster and more efficiently? Most likely the one that is passionate about his job. Such is not always the case, but Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, just to name a few, love what they do. I'm just saying, the thing is, If you hate where you work or what you do, it's probably because you're doing it for the money. Sometimes working for passion isn't going to cut it. However, not all wants require money. For example, I really want to achieve enlightenment by meditating. This doesn't require any amount of money, yet requires a vast amount of time, as well as the utmost importance and a godlike mindset. As you can see, it is no simple task, and most will never achieve such an amazing feat. Day in, day out, for years and maybe even a lifetime to come. The chances of you achieving your wants will be substantially greater if you enjoy and love what you do versus not. Even the greatest minds will tell you that you will break sooner or later. All men must fall before they can rise. Number 6, believe in yourself 100%. Like number 1, the first step to greatness has to start in the beginning. That start is no other than you. I will say this without hesitation, that throughout history and life as a whole, men who achieve greatness and get exactly what they want is because they believe in themselves. The first emperor of China, largest kingdom since that time of dawn. How much self-belief do you think he was required to possess? All 100% of it. With self-belief, you develop other skills naturally. Self-belief isn't just one trait, it forces one to confront and explore oneself. You will discover your weaknesses and strengths. In this life, it doesn't matter if the whole world doesn't believe in you. Why? You just need one important person to believe in you, and that very person is you. Let's say for a moment that all 7.1 billion people believe in you. However, you don't. Do you see my point here? Never doubt yourself. There will be times, or countless times, when you will meet challenges and obstacles that seem impossible to conquer. Believe not in the impossible, but thyself, for all things are possible with you. Number 7, never give up. It is in men and the nature of life to live as comfortably as possible without pain or suffering. One cannot grow. Even nations must go through such things in order to better themselves. Rwanda is one of the prime examples, as well as America. It is not that those who suffer the most are the ones that grow the most. I may be wrong, but history and my personal experiences prove otherwise. Everyone tells us to never say never. Yet, do you want to listen and be like everyone? Give up is one of the foulest words, but if we add never in front of it, it becomes one of the most authoritative words. Giving up only takes half a nanosecond, while never giving up takes a whole lifetime. Many falter not because they want to give up. It's merely due to the time. There will be 10,000s, if not 10 billion things that will make you want to give up. How long can you endure such adversities? If you always give up, then you will never get what you want. Simple as 1, 2, 3. However, if you cling on and keep pushing, then there will be a time when your dreams will become a reality. How much does that dream mean to you? If giving up on it is an option, then you really don't want it. Number 8, meditate to master your mind. Life isn't about controlling the body, it's about mastering the mind. When we are truly able to master our minds, we can control our lives without fault. It's not easy. You can believe me when I say that. Many think that this world is all physical. It's not. Actually, it may be far from physical, but that's for another story. Not only can meditation aid you in your quest to achieving your desires, but it may alter it completely. What you want is physical or mental. Let's just say physical for the time being. When you practice meditation, you come to realize that humans are attached to the material world physically. Coincidence? I think not. We only know what we see and feel what we cannot. And what do we see? A physical and tangible world. Don't be fooled, because sight is only one of the many, not 5 senses that we humans possess. Discover yourself. Discover what this universe is really made of. Then maybe, just maybe, you won't want that thing anymore. Meditation radically transformed my life. I truly have to say, if I hadn't discovered its gifts, then who knows where I would be today. Number 9, work on yourself. People want cars, luxurious homes, the most expensive champagne, and all the sense that this world can give. Yet we forget the most precious thing, us. We slave 10,000s of hours of work and endure through years of crap so we can buy things that make us happy, supposedly. Oh, I was one of those people. Even billionaires and the most influential figures fall to this demon. What I'm talking about is your body. Look at shaman monks and even monks in general. Are they fat, overweight, look unhealthy, worn out, and so forth? No, because they take care of themselves. They are vegetarians and practice a healthy lifestyle without stress, fear, worry, or harming their body. Anyone can do it. Most aren't willing to because it requires time. Psst. I'll give you a little secret. If you live healthily and take care of your mind and body, then you will live longer, like 10 to 30 years more. Oh yeah, it's been backed by studies and research. If you have 30 minutes to check your Facebook and IG, then you definitely have 30 minutes to meditate, work out, or work on yourself. The best time is self-time. What the hell does checking Facebook or IG do? Probably nothing. If you want change, then you have to set an example. If you want to lose weight, look sexy, or get stronger, but all you do is talk, then that is all you will be. No one can help you but yourself. Even God's help those who help themselves. Work on yourself. Maybe that is what you really want, yet you truly don't know because you have never done it before. Number 10. Appreciate what you don't have. We all want something, but no one wants cancer, blindness, a missing limb, or disabilities. Have you ever just woke up and was thankful because you don't have those disabilities? Try it and see how your day starts, as opposed to complaining about your back or how the bacon and eggs weren't to your liking. 50% of humans have some form of disability. I wonder, out of the 85%, how many are appreciative that they don't have such disabilities. You can always take a negative situation and turn it into a positive one with the right mindset. But just a moment, try not to want anything. After all, if you don't want anything, then you have everything. Every day I thank the Maker that I am well, alive, strong, full of youth, energy, and the sun is still shining even if earth is covered in darkness. I don't need more physical things because I have the two greatest things that I want, myself and life. Be content with life, health, a loving family, a job, and even one friend. Then that is all you really need. You have everything worth having in life, but knowing the weakness of men, some will never be satisfied no matter how much they are filled. Life has everything we could want: fresh air, warm weather, beautiful nature, adorable animals, tasty food, clear water, and pretty much everything to make one yearn for another tomorrow. If you still want that mansion or super expensive car, then go for it. But once you own it, do you think it can give you happiness, or is your imagination playing games with you? One man's treasure can be another man's trash. Life itself, is that not the greatest gift one can ask for? In number 12, endure pain and discomfort. Most people want materialistic things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But how many are willing to go through hell and back for it? Not many. All men want to go to heaven, yet no one wants to die. Quoted by Albert King. So you want something, but you aren't willing to do what is required to achieve it. Well, there's the problem. I guess you really don't want to go to heaven because you don't want to die. Eric Thomas grew up in Detroit, MI, a nasty, bad, wicked place. He and his friends all wanted to be rich and successful. Fast forward 20 years, he's homeless for 2 years. He had no friends or family to support him. It was a dog-eat-dog world for him. Did he endure pain? You bet the heck he did. Anyways, he, along with many other men, says that everyone wants to be rich and have expensive things, yet only 1 to 5% are willing to put in the time and pain required for such things. How bad do you want it? Hold your breath as long as you can. The very last second, is that breath not the greatest and only thing you want? Make all your wants and dreams like so. If you aren't willing to die for your beliefs or wants, then I guess you really don't want it that bad. Number 13, change your mindset. Garrett Jones. His story doesn't differ much from Eric Thomas, but it's a little more tragic. Growing up, he never had much, and his relationship with his family wasn't the greatest. Fast forward, he's now 17 years old. He's making a delivery. The package, unknown, yet the job pays well. The day he got arrested and spent a couple years in jail, during that time he read billions of books. Today he is a changed man, and his greatest quote, as long as you love what you are doing, then you are free. He's always wanted to be a superhero due to his childhood, so he always carried that to mind. Today, he helps the less fortunate achieve their dreams and to make a world a better place. What can we learn from these tragic stories? Pain and misery are not bad. It may be the only thing that can change some people. The other is that we have to look at things differently. Garrett Jones was sent to prison for delivering a package. It could have been pizza, but of course it was drugs. But he didn't know that. However, that didn't stop him from not learning, and instead of being a total reject straight out of prison, he educated himself, became successful, and a known figure to the motivational community. Just because life kicks and throws you down, it doesn't mean you have to stay down. For men to rise, we first must fall. We must change our mindsets. Garrett read so many books and studied in prison. He could have slept all day or do absolutely nothing. Number 14, think long term. If you want it now, then I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the best things in life are worth waiting for. If you want a cruise ship, then you have to be willing to understand that it may take 50 years or even 70 years to get it. Do you think Jeff Bezos thought he was going to be the wealthiest man in the world? He's 54 and started Amazon 24 years ago. Can you endure half your life for something truly worthwhile? How about 3/4 of your life? How about 4 out of 4 of your life? 60 to 70 years, that's quite enough to fulfill your desires and live a life that you deem worthy, is it not? Then what's halting you from getting what you want? There's always a tomorrow. Don't let a few slip-ups or even one huge failure stop you. We may only have one life and one body, however, we have an unlimited chance to do what and have what we want. Set goals and purpose. When we set goals, it gives us something to strive for to do. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to achieve it. A goal is merely something we set for ourselves, one which gives us meaning and purpose. Just like bettering yourself, setting goals will unlock new experiences. You can expect to develop discipline because a goal without discipline can be quite hard to achieve. You have to focus and put all your efforts into achieving your goals. You may gain intelligence because you need to use whatever means necessary to achieve it, but most importantly, your wants. You set goals, thus you want to achieve it. So when you do, you not only achieve your wants, but you also obtain it, killing 20 birds with one pebble. If you really don't know what you want, then set a goal for yourself, a pretty big one. Now you must work day and night, years after years, until that goal has been completed. Over time, you may feel as if this is the want that you have been searching for. Goals give us a purpose. Therefore, a purpose can very well be a want. Number 16, be wise about it. What do you want, world peace or to speak another tongue? Hasn't everyone tried to achieve world peace? Well, where are they now? All dead. Learning a second language takes time and effort. If you have a tongue, then you are good to go. Some things can never be obtainable in this world. Is it better to want something gigantic like world peace yet never actually having the chance to have it? Or is it better to want something like a daughter and actually being able to happen? Small steps, little by little each day, produce a grand journey. It is better to have many achievable ones or very few difficult ones. If the latter, then be prepared to work like a slave, face hell many times over and get used to disappointments. A foolish man will never get as far as a slow and wise man. Number 17, visualize and dream about it every moment. Visualization is not only powerful but super effective. I mean, sight is one of humanity's greatest gifts. We judge basically everything off appearances. Visualization works due to repetition. Actually, 65% of us are visual learners. When you take an image and blast it into someone's eye socket a million or even billion times a day, I'm pretty sure they get the picture after getting a headache. When you think about your wants every single moment, every day, it eventually becomes the only thing you care about. Not only that, it is a constant reminder of what you want. If you visualize it every day, then how can you forget it? Just like thinking about it, which works just as effective as visualizing it. You are feeding your brain with images which uses a different part of the brain as opposed to thoughts. The effect is still the same. You wired yourself to become or accomplish that of what you visualize. Want to make it even more potent? Combine visualization with feelings. I want to bench press 300 pounds.